Sam Crates here, doing another video review for you guys. Well, another comic review. I'm not reviewing videos. That would be weird. So anyway, nice to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's healthy. Hope everybody's, doing the best they can. That's enough of that. I don't like to talk too much about that. In my last video, I mentioned this. I figured I'd mention it again. If you guys are interested, I'll put the link in the description. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, just a little personal information as far as this whole thing is going on. I am not working at the moment, which is one of the reasons I've been able to get back on track. I am working on some other stuff because I am home. Obviously, I'm helping my daughter with her schoolwork. My wife is still working. She's working from home. And so, if you want to support the channel, I mean, I'm not begging. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I need help. My wife is still working. We've still got her salary. We're not as bad off as some people are. But if you want to support the channel, you can check out the store. I'll put the link down below, and you can check out, you can get the die cut sticker, the vinyl sticker with Smiley Bones on it, or you can get a Smiley Bones t-shirt, or there's another sticker with a color background. It's cool. If you're interested, check it out. If not, I'm not here to force you. So anyway, let's get into this. This is Gods and Gears numero tres from Alterna Comics. Again, Alterna. Boop, 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 boop. Dude. I mean, come on. This is one of the reasons why, to me, Alterna is killing it. The price point is where it should be. The big key now is to get more comics in front of people where we can get new readers into comics. This to me is a big important issue to me, is to get new readers into comics. And if the big two are going to be putting out books at $5 a pop and telling lousy stories on top of it, kids are not going to want to pick up comics and read. Kids don't want to see two people sitting around a table eating food and talking for 22 pages. That's not interesting to a kid. A kid wants to see action, adventure, color, that's what they want to see. They want to see cool stuff. They want to see cool people doing cool stuff. That's what makes kids get into comics. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So one point is the price point. The other point is, what are you giving them? So right here, this is Gods and Gears number 3. Like I said, it's number 3 in a 4-issue limited series. I think I reviewed the first issue. I don't think I reviewed issue 2. I'm not sure how that happened, but it happens. So anyway, it's by Ryan Wynn, Dean Kotz, and shocker of shockers, Wes Loker did the lettering. As you may notice, I kind of tend to make a joke every time I see that Wes has lettered a book, because he letters like everything. So anyway, I mean, listen, again, when you're good at your job, people want to use you. So anyway, Alterna Comics, like I said, they're still shipping. They're still printing. Their printer is not shut down, so they are still printing new comics. Peter is still packing them up and shipping them. So if you go to the Alterna website while you're stuck at home right now, I'll put the link down here. And if you go to the Alterna website, you can order a whole bunch of Alterna comics. Pete will pack them up and they will come to your house. So even if you can't get to your comic shop right now and you can't buy the comics, you can get these comics. So if you're itching for new comics to read, you can get these, and you can get a whole bunch because of the price point. You can get a ton of these and it's not going to break the bank. That's pretty freaking cool, especially since I know money is tight for a lot of people right now. It is for me. I have been hesitant to pull the trigger on crowdfunding some books lately because, and if you know me, you know I back a ton of crowdfunded books, but I've been hesitant to do it because I'm not working right now, and so we're down to one salary, and you got to be responsible. So we'll see how that goes. But besides that, I'm getting off topic here anyway. This story, there was an accident. It started with a race. There was an accident, and this guy, Jimmy King, he ended up lost in this weird place where he met this kid named Eli, who's an adventurer, whose grandfather was an adventurer, and he went into this strange world where his whole family is talking gorillas and all this crazy stuff. And this issue, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, by the way, this is the kind of stuff that will make a kid want to read a comic. It's like, look at the colors. Just seriously, look at the color palette that they use for this book. It's insane. like in a good way. Uh, there's these ancient gods. It turns out they were in a volcano, and they had these competitions, these races, these chariot races, and you hear like there's because this is the penultimate issue, some things are finally revealed. So in previous issues we had the two boys took this balloon they had discovered that Eli's grandfather had built, and they took it out, and they went on an adventure. And so this is their adventure. They're making their way around. This is actually a flashback, but they're making their way around the world and exploring all these different things. And so there's like the barrier that was introduced in that previous flashback. You see this. Now they're flying through this canyon with all these like statues, and like, what the heck is that? And then there's this guy who looks awesome, and he just taps his staff and the statues come to life and they start chasing after them. They go through all these crazy different like things. There's like pirates on the rails. There's just all this nutty stuff. And then they go through this, like, it's just cool to see, like, they go through, here's the funny part. They go through so much stuff in this one issue that if this was any other publisher besides Alterna, they would have told the team, break this up into like 3 issues, because they go through so much. But they don't do that. They just get you through the story, and it's fun because you see so much adventure happen and so many crazy things that happen, in the course of like a page. And then we have her. She is Ezimar. She was introduced in previous issues. You saw how she's evil. She's one of those ancient gods, and she's evil. She raises an army of the dead. They're talking to ghosts. Then the dead guys, because they have a little bit of a disagreement. Eli takes off. The zombies come after Jimmy. There's this whole like just absolutely nutty thing. It's almost like I don't want to show everything, but like for real, like this book covers so much ground in this one book. It's insane. And you can see like the art, it's quality art, like definitely really talented art. Reminds me very much, especially on the newsprint, like especially this one panel in particular on newsprint, these colors, it just screams like old school adventure to me. Like it screams like classic comics, like Kirby and Stan Lee, and that's what it screams to me. Like I can't put it into words that well, which is kind of a shame because that's the whole point of my channel, is talking to you guys. But anyway, that's the other point of my channel, honestly, I think, is just to make fun of myself, which is fun. So anyway, absolutely just craziness. I would absolutely recommend. I think you could, in the old school tradition, if you were like me when you first got into reading comics, you just kind of picked up random issues here and there, and you figured out what was going on along the way. You probably jumped in the middle of a story somewhere, and then you just kind of just figured out what was happening, and you just read it and you went with it. I think you can do that with this issue. It's easy enough, I think, to kind of just read this issue, and you'll still enjoy it, and you'll be able to understand. But I would wholeheartedly recommend picking up the first 2 issues, especially since there's only one more issue left to go. It's a 4-issue series. This is number 3. So I feel like you really should go back, go to the Alterna website, alternaaccess.com, and order issues 1 and 2, because they're both really good, and pick them up, read all 3, and then you'll be ready for when issue 4 comes out, and you can read the whole series at once. Or you can read all 3 and then be ready for when the issue 4 comes. You can order that and finish it off. So I absolutely recommend the book. I do think you can read it on its own, but you know what? At $1.50, it's not that big of a deal to go back and buy the first 2 issues. Now, is it? That's the point. If it was $5 an issue, I would probably say, don't go back and buy the other two. You'll be all right. You'll be able to just follow this. But dude, at $1.50 each, you can afford to go back and order the other two issues. I mean, for crying out loud, So anyway, that's my little rant on pricing and all that kind of stuff. As far as the book goes, the art I really enjoy. It's got this classic old school adventure art. Just really like it has this old school adventure aspect, and the artwork feeds into that. It's really good stuff. He's building this crazy story in this world, and so I 100% recommend it. And I believe they announced that it's going to be, they just announced, because Alterna's doing all these announcements too, lately, since dropping Diamond distribution. This is one of the books I think that they announced that will be an ongoing series. They announced that Log, I did the review of Log a few days ago, or whenever that was. That's going to be an ongoing. This will be an ongoing series. Which is awesome. They're still gonna he said, I'm pretty sure Ryan said they're still gonna do like miniseries to tell the story, but it's just gonna be an ongoing thing. Like the number's just gonna keep going. It's cool. It's a really cool idea. So anyway, I absolutely recommend Gods and Gears, the series as a whole, and this issue. Again, and you can read it now. You can go to Alterna Access, order comics, and get comics delivered to your house pretty quick, because Pete's very quick about that stuff. And you'll have comics to read while you're sitting at home looking for something to do, and there's no new comics in the stores because there are no stores right now. You can get comics. Like, that's pretty freaking cool. So anyway, definitely recommend. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you very much. And, follow me on Twitter at @GM_creates. I'm on Instagram at @GM_creates. And I generally I post my artwork and pictures of my dog. Like I said, if you're interested in getting a sticker, Smiley Bone sticker, just to support the channel or something, I'll put the link down below to my website, which has more of my artwork on there too. You can check out some other artwork I've done. And just as I made a quick little mention, I'm going to just mention it again, since, like I said, I am at home and not working at the moment. I have decided to use this time to not only get the channel rolling again, but also to work on some other stuff. And I will be sharing some of that shortly. If you follow me on Instagram, I think I've already shared a couple of just rough sketches and stuff. I didn't really specifically say what it was, but they're there. So yeah, I mean, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and, I'll keep you guys up to date. And eventually I'll make an actual announcement and maybe start doing some art videos and stuff on here on the channel. I've got another idea for another series that I would like to do. That's not even comic book related, but it is strictly just for fun. It's to make people laugh and to have a good time. And I think I would like to do that as a live stream, not a recorded video, because I think it would be more fun to have some other people on the stream with me and just having a good time with what the concept is. So we'll see if that can come together, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for everything. And thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you, Kelsey Shannon, for shouting out my review of Nora Saga, and Blake Northcott for watching it and commenting on it. And Kelsey for subscribing to the channel. So thank you guys, and thank you everybody who subscribes. If you wouldn't mind sharing the channel to try and help it grow, I would love to get, I'd love to get to 300 subscribers, and just keep building from there. So anyway, that's it. That's my long-winded way of saying thank you, and, I hope everybody's doing okay out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.